Update by Sheldan Nidle for the Spiritual Hierarchy and the Galactic Federation, May 1, 2012. Dratzo. We return. Your realm continues to exhibit much turmoil. The Dark Cabal's agents are being watched closely as agencies of various major governments prepare to arrest and then prosecute droves of prominent people in government and finance, and across the board in the private sector of their respective economies. This process is getting to a point where you can shortly expect the start of an immense cycle of arrests. The Dark tried hard to sweep this process under the rug but was unable to do so. A series of far-reaching liens has been formally pressed on many central and private banks that in the past flaunted the epithet too big to fail. These financial services corporations readily and repeatedly violated many laws designed to police international commerce, the worst offender being the United States Federal Reserve Bank. This private enterprise has been the ringleader of many notorious schemes which threatened the very foundation of your world's well-being. This is why this particular institution is being dismantled first, to be followed in rapid succession by a landslide of fellow conspirators. These institutional reorganizations and arrests are the thin end of the wedge. They will be followed by new governance, prosperity deliveries, and a series of, what may be for you, shocking announcements. These will address debt forgiveness, the new banking and financial system, and the radical new policies that will lead to world peace, general disarmament, and the end of the destructive manipulation of your globe. The new governance intends to reform the operation of its legislature and the whole approach to the election process. Furthermore, the instituting of universal sovereignty will totally transform the manner in which government approaches its citizens. These changes will also be instrumental in accelerating the momentum toward your return to full consciousness and a respectful interaction with Gaia. The Agarthans wish to begin a more open exchange with you once these particular measures have been secured. Then it will be time to prepare the public for the vast transformations that the release of your sequestered technologies will bring, and to introduce you all to your origins on other worlds. Disclosure is intended to be a prelude to the subject of our divine contact mission with you. We feel that our reconnection with you will require imparting copious amounts of information on a wide variety of subjects. In essence, this process will need to correct many historical whoppers and skewed beliefs fed to you by the Dark over many millennia, and your many secret sacred societies will be coming forth in order to help with these teachings. These teachings will be an entree to those that your ascended masters will bring. These men and women of spirit wish you to first experience and thus better understand various spiritual precepts before they make their formal appearance around your world. You are very special beings who have undergone a great test of fire at the hands of the Dark, and this excruciating torment over the ages has forged you into an army of great spiritual valor. You divine warriors are to use your first-hand knowledge to transform the former dark populations of this galaxy and turn this sector of physicality to the light. Among many things, the watershed of disclosure opens the floodgates to a wholly different comprehension of your divine identity and its synergistic relationship to Gaia. Physicality exists on innumerable levels, as does heaven. You are a soul child to both, and your interdependent relationship with Mother Earth illustrates the innate connection between the two. Our mentoring of you will elucidate the many levels on which your divine service can play out, and this will enable you to carve out your own unique path. Heaven comprehends that in this moment you do not fully understand the implications of full consciousness. Our joy will be to impart knowledge, and then to let you decide which path you are to take with Gaia, and indeed with the rest of this auspiciously devised solar system. Such an opening up to serendipity produces a kind of magic, which is how star nations are born, and as you move into your future, you will clearly see the wisdom of what we say. Namaste. We are your ascended masters. We come today with more blessed news. The time approaches for our associates to begin the mass arrests. A preliminary stage is still underway, in which an additional amount of incriminating evidence is coming to light due to the ever-widening net cast by various international police agencies. Just as heaven proclaimed, we are observing just how swiftly the Dark's all-encompassing web of control is unraveling. The number of personages involved in major malfeasance is truly staggering, and we watch the blessed hand of divine justice help our associates to gather an absolute mountain of evidence. On top of that, many persons arrested in the past month have provided clues and named names. There are dossiers on the entire upper echelon of the Dark Cabal, and this will lead soon to their mass arrest. The insuperable power wielded over you by the dark for millennia is now summarily evaporating, and so your freedom rapidly approaches. This blessed news is just the beginning. The institutions that are to be reformed include many large international banks which are having liens put on them. This is intended either to force them into bankruptcy or to compel them to accept new management. This new management will be selected by our associates, and then the new financial system will be ready to manifest globally. Our associates have also informed us that the prototypes and frameworks for the new global economic policy have already begun to take effect in some nations. These nations are following certain recommendations which can procure their economic freedom from the constant threats of the dark cabal. Their successes are proof that this new economic system is grounded in reality. Our associates are very ready, at the divine right time, to share this model with the world. The transfer of governance is likewise making great strides. Various parties that dearly wish to change the face of the world have joined us. At present, the dark cabal persists in plotting a number of military adventures, but these will be stopped by our galactic family together with the militaries of several Western nations sympathetic to these moves. The time has come to rid governments of those who would use their militaries unwisely. The age of war is over, and so those governments that encourage this insanity need to be removed. Various agreements to this end are now in force and are moving in lockstep with many law enforcement and prosecutorial agencies which are close to arresting those primarily responsible for this bellicose behavior. Soon, new governance will deliver peace, prosperity, and global cooperation. Today, we discussed the events that are soon to transform your world. Big strides have been made, evidence collected, and organizations put in place. Time for action on a large scale is nearly upon us. Bless us all, and let these divinely ordained events manifest. Your time of freedom is at hand. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gajan. Selamat Ya. Syrian for B1. And be enjoy. This is Thank You White Knights, and I hope you enjoyed this video. For updates and to go to the source of this article, please find the link below the YouTube screen while watching in YouTube. For the latest news and updates, please visit thankyouwhiteknights.com.